Hello everyone and welcome to the Zelda Cast here on ZeldaDungeon.net. My name is Andy Spiteri, joined, of course, by my pal and yours, Allison Aletha, and we are not alone today. We've got a very special guest making his first Zelda Cast appearance in quite some time. I can't remember the last time, actually. Yeah. We dragged him out. He is here. His name, Mossie's Hagopian. Moss, when is the last time that you were on this show? It's been a minute.
I want to say 2022.
Wow.
It's been 3 years.
Jeez.
Holy moly.
For what episode? What were we talking about?
Well, I think I graced your appearance, or what? But I think I was on the Zelda Cast, but you guys weren't on it. I think Goo and I did a special episode.
Right. Yeah, that's
right.
right. And I was like, I remember writing the intro and I was like, I have no idea what this episode is about, guys. Enjoy it. A piece of Zelda Cast lore, actually, is that that episode is when I found out that I left a part of me in Chicago. And I don't know if I've taken it back yet, to be honest with you. A part of my Wii U with a branded with the Spiteri on, what was it, the power cord or something like that?
Yes.
I have someone's power cord, and someone has mine.
Oh.
So
Yeah, I think I remember finding that like a year later, and I was like holding it up like...
that is a treat for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that must have made your day.
Everything.
Well, it's actually, ironically, it's not been that long since the three of us got together to hang out and record some stuff. We did a segment on the Omega Metroid Marathon where we were doing a Super Metroid and Link to the Past randomizer. Being played, I mean, that was kind of a disaster. That was a bad seed. So we're going to hope to do a little bit better here today. And you know what? We've got actually like a lot to get into. So I suggest to you guys that we just we roll up our sleeves and get right into it. Because of course, it is that time of year. Once more. Yeah, show us the guns. It's that time of year once more. March time is here. Musical March Madness is back. And it's our, I mean, at least it's my favorite thing that we do at the website all year. And for anybody that doesn't know, Musical March Madness is a Zelda-themed spin-off, you might call it, of the traditional NCAA March Madness basketball, a college basketball bracket, where, of course, you have 64 teams, and in our case, 64 songs that go into a single elimination tournament. There are 32 matchups in the first round. You got the 1 seed going up against the 16 seed, and the matchups go down and down and down, and eventually we get to round 2, round 3, etc., until there is one final song left, and that is to be declared the winner of Musical March Madness. And this is 6th year seventh year that we've started this. I ripped off the idea from GameFAQs.com. Back in the early 2000s, they did a character contest, and I always thought that was really fun, and I thought it'd be cool to do it for music, and Moss and I, and more recently just you, Moss, have kind of taken it and made it into a really fun part of the website. And one really cool thing that you can do, and I'm going to encourage everybody listening to this to go ahead and I think you've got some time left to still do this. You can submit a prediction. So exactly like you do in college basketball, you can predict the entire bracket from match number 1 all the way down to the ultimate winner. And of course, the points that you get are, what's the word I'm looking for? They're different for round, where you get 1 point for round 1, getting a prediction there, 2 points for round 2, etc., etc. It's really fun, and I am obligated to remind everybody that you are listening right now to a former champion of this bracket. So I am going to try and tell Mossies and try and tell Allison here what it takes to win, the intestinal fortitude that it takes to make the hard choices here to predict a winning bracket here. And we're going to do just that. Although we're not going to exactly do it like I just said. We're going to go through. We're going to make a Zelda Cast prediction here for the Musical March Madness bracket, and we're going to talk about all the different songs. Typically, how we've done this is we've done it in just like a fun kind of like, this is what we want to win. This is the songs that we think are these are our favorites, and that's kind of been our bracket. I was going to throw it out there to you guys. We could do that. Or we could take a legit stab at this and try and predict the winners. What you guys tell me what you want to do, and I'm down for both. Al, what do you think? This might be the highest that you ever get if we take a legit stab at this.
Oh my god.
Wow.
No shade.
Well, I was like, if we take a legit stab at this, I wonder how much it will match, like, your bracket, my personal bracket. Like, will there even be a winner from between them, or will it tie?
Good point. Moss, what are your thoughts?
I think you guys should just predict it, and then I'll just vote if it's a tie.
You want to? You want to do a legit? So basically, what we've done in the past is we've just kind of been goobers, and we've just like predicted like what songs we like better.
Win.
Yeah,
so
like
it's kind of just like
exactly.
Yeah. Forest Temple won the first year. Monk Maz Kashia won the next.
Monk Maz Kashia isn't on this at all. So this year. So spoiler alert.
That's a shame. Lots of Echoes of Wisdom songs on there though.
Well, I think we should predict our favorites.
Okay. I feel
and
like
that makes it more fun, I think. And like I said, we've got a lot to get to here, so maybe we shouldn't dilly-dally. Anybody that wants to follow along, and I really encourage everybody to, of course, go ahead and follow along. Go to zeldadungeon.net, open up the Musical March Madness bracket. It should be pinned up at the top, and there is still time, if you're listening right now, to get some predictions in, and you too can be a champion of this tournament, maybe. We'll see, because I've also submitted a prediction, and I called my prediction "Spateria is never wrong," so we'll see.
I have mine filled out. I just haven't submitted it yet.
Man, well, I think actually I was talking some smack there, but I'm pretty sure you finished ahead of me last year. My bracket last year was miserable. It was miserable.
I don't remember.
Oh.
I honestly never do well.
I think you picked Colgera to win last year. I think you did pretty good, didn't you?
I did pick Colgera to win last year, but I feel like I influenced Colgera to win. I like brought in a lot of people to vote for Colgera. So
you're a powerful figure in this Zelda community. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just pick our favorites. Let's go match by match, and I think that we should just get right to it here. And we are going to start off with our first matchup. It is the number 1 seed, Low Rule Castle, taking on Windfall Island from the Wind Waker. I have to say, Moss, I think that's a pretty competitive 16 seed, actually.
Well, we before we get into it, I'll say, Josh. This was Josh's year, so Josh and I designed the bracket, and we designed it specifically so it's really hard to predict, especially early rounds. So I hope we did a good job, especially this first section.
I did get that feeling when I was going through this, and because the issue I always have with these brackets is I'm like, I don't know how people feel. I feel like I do, but then I find out that I don't. So
and randomly, Wind Waker title theme wins one year, which is a great choice. But I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Echoes of Wisdom definitely adds in an X factor as we'll get to here, a big X factor, and I have some thoughts of that, but we'll save that. Listen, I really like Windfall Island, but I think it's Low Rule Castle here, right, guys?
It's so hard because it's like comparing apples to oranges. One is like really fun and like just like charismatic and stuff, and the other is like boom, like in the heat of the moment, whatever. So I don't know. I feel like Laurel kind of takes it though.
Yeah, Laurel is the best song from A Link Between Worlds, and I think you can make an argument that Windfall is not even like a top 10 song from that game.
Oh, I mean, I like it, but like
I don't disagree with that actually, and it's not to say that Windfall's bad. I think that just speaks to the quality of the Wind Waker.
True.
I think Low Rule Castle, it's a great song, but and you might hate this, but I kind of think Link Between Worlds soundtrack is like, it's solid, but I wouldn't call it spectacular, and I think that makes the one spectacular song on it stick out a little bit more. Is that fair?
No.
I don't know if I agree with that, because I have that feeling for a different game, and I feel like people are going to hate me when we get there. I feel like The Link Between Worlds does have some solid tracks, like way solid.
Okay.
I think A Link Between Worlds, and even a lot of the more recent Zelda games, when you look at the soundtrack song by song by song, they're much better than any of the old games. And I consider Wind Waker one of the old games at this point.
Oh.
But it doesn't get the notoriety because you don't. Windfall's a song that everybody knows it because you're at that location more than anywhere else other than the Great Sea. So it's like people know it.
True.
And that's something that's definitely impacted this tournament before. Like the Great Sea is a great example. It usually does decently well because you just know it. Because you hear it. So it's not because it's your favorite. It's because you know it, though, and you can instantly hum along to it. All right, do we consider Twilight Princess an old game? Because that's what's up next here. We've got the Sacred Grove taking on Kakariko Village from A Link to the Past. This is a good one. Shout out to Josh for this matchup. This is... I could hear arguments for both. Do you guys feel strongly about this one way or the other?
I feel more strongly... This is just personal, though. I don't really like Sacred Grove because I don't really like Lost Woods. So that's just how I feel.
Okay. All right, so one for Kakariko. Mas, what do you think?
I think Kakariko as well, but no confidence in that prediction.
Even if it was like Lost Woods, Ocarina of Time, I'd feel more strongly about Lost Woods, Ocarina of Time than I do about Sacred Grove.
Right.
Because you got that weird horn in there. I don't like it.
You know, I was going to maybe some recency bias, because I really like Sacred Grove, but I'm playing Link to the Past right now. I played it for a couple hours last night, so and I just had like a big smile on my face listening to the soundtrack. You know what I mean? It's just, It's so kind of like nostalgic and calming. So I was going to go Kakariko as well. So that's a clean sweep. All right. This is one that kind of breaks my heart a little bit. We got the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time, which is my vote. But it's taking on the Palace theme from Adventure of Link, which is just a phenomenal track in this Zelda series. I love the Palace theme, particularly, of course, that Smash Bros. Melee rendition. But I can't vote against the Forest Temple.
Moss, what do you think?
I think this is sort of similar to that. You know, I'm just going to say I think the Palace theme is better. I like this theme. It's one of my favorites. I vote Palace.
Okay.
It's all up to you, Al.
I think Forest Temple is better, but I clearly have a bias. I don't like Adventure of Link. I think the song is great. I think also it has a great song in Smash Bros. And, it does really well. I agree, but I don't know, it's just not my jam. So I would say Forest Temple personally. Okay.
And I was going to say too, in our own Zelda Cast world where we predict this, Forest Temple has won. So, I mean, it's okay if it gets knocked out. We've kind of given it its due, but we'll push it through the next round, at least for now. This next one, I swear we've seen this matchup before. Maybe it's a rematch from other years. Maybe I'm just crazy. Legendary Hero from the Wind Waker taking on Stone Tower Temple from Majora's Mask. I think I'm going to take Legendary Hero. I don't feel super strongly about either of these songs, if I'm being honest. Legendary Hero, though, just kind of has that folklore kind of vibe to it that is really nice. So I'll take Legendary Hero.
I was telling Andy before we started the show that some of these songs that before I might not have liked or may have liked have been kind of switching it up on me as I listened to them. I kind of have been digging Stone Tower Temple this year compared to previous years. So I would personally pick Stone Tower Temple.
Okay.
I want to say back, was it 2020? We made our top 50 Zelda songs feature on Zelda Dungeon, I think, something like that. And Stone Tower Temple was in the top 10 or something.
People love it.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. It's a popular dungeon and a popular song.
But it has never done well in this tournament.
Oh,
but I like it,
okay.
and this is our favorites, and I think it's better than Legendary Hero.
You know what? I think most dungeon themes haven't really done that well. Some of them here and there, but it's really been the overworld, the main themes that have really been successful. At least from what I've been watching. And you know what? Let's keep that going because we've got. I think this one's going to be successful. Our next one here, Al. I'm sorry, it's going to be the Wind Temple from Tears of the Kingdom taking on Linebeck's theme.
Oh my god, I have an answer already.
Go for it.
It's Linebeck's theme.
Moss.
I love him.
Oh man.
You know what? I'm just gonna say it right now. I will not vote for Linebeck. I'm voting for the
Why?
win table. Kind of because I know you love it, and kind of because like I'm just like the win table. The win table does sound pretty cool. Like come on, let's be honest.
I mean, it's fine.
So some behind the curtain here. I didn't want Wind Temple in this competition. I was aiming for the Rising Island chain, the area leading up right to the Wind Temple.
Yeah,
But
and
I
the
got
music
overruled
grows
by
in that.
Josh.
It's so good.
I got overruled by Josh. And what's cool about the Wind Temple theme, it has some of Tulin's theme in there.
Mm-hmm.
It has Rivali's theme in there. It also has the attack on Va Meadow in there.
Sounds
and
like a pretty good theme.
Like 3 different renditions of those songs, because depending on how many of the propellers you have like started, it like escalates. So, I mean, Wind Temple.
Sorry, Al.
That's
maybe
so
next
rude.
year. Maybe next year. Okay, we're going back to Twilight Princess. We've got Hidden Village, which is a fan favorite. In its 7th year in this tournament, taking on Hateno Village from Breath of the Wild. So a battle of the villages here to see what is the best village. And I'm gonna go with Hateno Village. As much as I like Hidden Village, but I just kind of like the cool, calm vibes of Hateno. So that's what I'm going with.
I mean, this is hard for me again because it's like, again, we're comparing apples and oranges. One is like, boppy Western, and the other is just like tranquil, zen, happy, almost like vacation sounding. But I don't know. I feel like I really get in the groove with Hidden Village, so I'm gonna stick with Hidden Village.
Yeah, I think Hidden Village. I think Hateno is as the kids say, very mid.
Very mid. Wow. Well, we'll come back to that in the second round. I'll tell you that. Woof. The title theme of Legend of Zelda taking on Ballad of the Windfish from Link's Awakening. That is not a like all of these matchups, like the 3 seeds, the 14 seeds, these are not made equal. I think Ballad of the Windfish could have beaten like a couple songs that like I think it could have beat both Legendary Hero and Stone Tower Temple. And I think I gotta go with Ballad of the Windfish. As much as I love like the original OG theme, of course, like the Ballad of the Windfish just adds that kind of emotional crux to it with the whole story and characters of Link's Awakening. I feel like it's going to lose in the tournament, but I don't know. Maybe we could give it its due here today. I'm going Ballad of the Windfish.
I think the title theme might be the strongest song in this grouping of 16.
It could be.
I think the title, and I think it's performed well over recent years, despite it being one of those old Zelda songs.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the ones where like I like the songs, but I don't know if I feel particularly strongly about any of them winning.
Mm-hmm.
So in my personal bracket, I thought Ballad of the Windfish would be more popular.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
I thought that, yeah.
Oh,
Again,
I think
I don't know. I could be totally wrong, which I have been in the past.
I think I took Legend of Zelda theme to make it to the final 4 in mine. I think.
Dang. Okay.
I mean, like Moss is right. Like you kind of look at the competition and it's like there isn't respectfully here. Like there isn't like a clear like knockout. Like there's not the Bill Goldberg here.
That's by design, by the way. This first section. There's no bad songs in this group of 16.
Moss, what was your prediction, or what was your choice?
I said title theme.
Title theme, okay. And Al, what did you take?
I'm gonna take Ballad of the Windfish.
Okay, wow. Okay, well there we go. So Ballad of the Windfish sneaks through on our bracket. Don't know how it's gonna do in the main bracket, but at least today it's going to the second round. We have got the Realm Overworld from Spirit Tracks, a noted Mossy Hagopian favorite. Taking on another noted Mossy Hagopian favorite, Romance in the Air from Skyward Sword. Al, you go first. What do you think?
God, I love Spirit Tracks so much, and I love the theme when I'm not playing the game for 6 hours. So, but I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna stick with Realm Overworld for Spirit Tracks for that one.
Okay.
Me too.
Moss?
I love it.
You know,
It's a
I think, I mean, it doesn't matter because it's already going to the second round. I think I would have taken the same over Romance in the Sky. My preferred kind of emotional track from Skyward Sword is Crimson Loftwing. But I really do love Romance in the Sky. But yeah, like that's a, say what you will about Spirit Tracks, and I say a lot, but I mean, that's a great tune. All right, so that's the first division done. Let's go over to our second one here, and now the X Factor comes in. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out in the actual tournament. For our own kind of, list here, we'll see how this goes as well. We've got the Null Final Battle from Echoes of Wisdom taking on Ilya's theme.
It's worth noting here. I want to just I asked probably half a dozen people, hey, what songs from Echoes should I include in this bracket? And I probably got about 25 songs listed that people there is no consensus over what the best songs are in Echoes. But
I kind of said this yesterday. Like I feel like Echoes, in almost every regard, actually, is just like a solid 8 out of 10. Like maybe I don't know if there's anything that's like a 10 out of 10 necessarily. And I'd say the same thing about the music. Like I feel like it's all just like really solid. I don't know if it has like that Low Roll Castle to it, like the one that's just like that's the track from Echoes. Maybe it does. I'm just not thinking of it, but
this is what I was alluding to earlier, is that I fear, while Echoes of Wisdom has a lot of good tracks, like a lot of great tracks, I fear they're not strong enough against some of their contenders.
I agree.
Well, their contender here is Ilya's theme. Andy, what are your thoughts?
Do you have to ask? We're going Null.
Okay, no. Here's the problem, though. Andy doesn't remember Null's final battle theme.
That's not entirely accurate. I like remember what it sounds like. Is it like bombastic and does it stick out? And I mean, to be fair too, like so many of these songs, like we remember just because we played them over and over and over, right? Like we've only played Echoes, or I'll speak for myself. I've only played Echoes once. So as more time passes, like that will kind of be like, but it also isn't just like when you're playing, like a Breath of the Wild or whatever. And the first time that I heard Monk Mask Kashia, I was just like, damn, this is awesome. And then immediately that stuck, right? So that's kind of what I'm saying when I say like I don't remember. Like I remember it. It sounds good, but it doesn't. It's not like that. Just like you kind of know it when you hear it, when you're hearing like a banger.
Mm-hmm. I would say, I mean, obviously we're up against Ilya's theme, which is fine, but like I would say Null's Final Battle is one of my favorite tracks from, aside from like the main theme of Echoes of Wisdom, because it's like this combination, this like dramatic Echoes of Wisdom theme and like the main Zelda theme, and there's like little tiny hints of Zelda's Lullaby in there, and it's so good. And you're like fighting with Link against this like void thing. I think it's an awesome song. So I'm worried it's not going to make it that far, but I would at least put it forward in this part of the tournament.
It could lose this match in the main tournament. I really think it could.
So I'm going to tell you guys what I did for my bracket. I bet against Echoes in almost every single matchup. I was just like,
same.
Yeah, and I think the seeding is going to push it through here because I think that matters to a slight extent when you're predicting the bracket. But yeah, I think like if there was, I don't know, 10 Echo songs in the first round, I think I picked 8 of them to lose, I'm
surprised like the main Echoes theme isn't in this. Like, did we do that on purpose?
Well, part of the main Echoes theme is in the Null Final Battle theme.
Fair.
I'll have to get Josh Zielinski on the line here for some analysis. Moss, are we making it 3 for 3? Is it Null going to the next round?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Another Echoes of Wisdom track, The Sea Zora Village, which is a very nice track. I like that a lot. Taking on Sheik's theme from Ocarina of Time.
This is where I started to have that fear.
I don't have very high hopes for the Sea Zora Village theme against Sheik, if I'm being honest.
Sheik's theme, 7 years. This is the first time it's actually been in our tournament.
That's crazy, right?
That is crazy.
That goes to the depth of the Ocarina soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think. And the nostalgia, because some of those songs are just But I didn't have Caesar Village in this tournament. This was a Corey Richmond edition. I actually had River Zora Village.
Oh my god, Corey's gonna rip us apart for the things we're saying.
All right, I'm voting for Sheik's theme then.
Yeah.
Corey.
Thank you, Al. GTH, buddy.
Sheik's theme it is.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, sorry, off track here, but like I said, I was doing that Patreon episode where we were talking about the best or our favorite songs from each game that haven't made it in. I was stunned that the Ganondorf battle from Twilight Princess hadn't made it in.
Oh my god, that's such a
I was just
solid
like,
track.
what? And actually, even the Ganondorf battle from Tears of the Kingdom, which I have to admit to you, Al, I've been coming more around to lately.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes!
that's one where I'm like, yeah, okay, this is pretty cool. Yeah, lots of depth there. Okay, let's keep it going here. In the number 4 seed, the song that maybe its time has passed, I don't know, is Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild, taking on the Underworld from Legend of Zelda. I will still vote. I'm going to take Hyrule Castle here. It's a great song. There's a part of me, though, that's just like, God, like, it's almost fun now because like this, I feel like this song should have won the tournament like a couple times over now, and just like it in Dark World, you know, I think if there was a final matchup between those two songs, like ZeldaDungeon.net might just have an internal server error and never come back online, so that neither of them would ever win, you know.
I think they played each other last year in like the quarterfinals or something. But this is probably the first matchup in the bracket that we've gone to that seems it's going to be very lopsided, I think. As much as I love the Underworld.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I would agree. It's Hyrule Castle here.
Church says bite your tongue. Hey, I'm just saying. All right, well, you know what? I hate to say, I think we might have another lopsided one on our hands here. We've got Clocktown taking on the Seized Construct theme from Tears of the Kingdom, which is a fun little bop. But
Not strong enough.
ain't no Clocktown.
Clocktown.
All right, that was so we got
We didn't have to talk about that very long.
big matchup in the second round here, which I'm excited to get back to. Let's keep it going. Dark World is here and taking on Gerudo Desert from Twilight Princess, and this is a pretty easy one for me. I'll be taking the Dark World. I'm sure you guys probably will too.
I will be too. I have to say I'm rooting for Dark World to win this year because of how dirty I might have done it last year with Colgera.
I thought last year was Dark World's year, and I thought the year before was Dark World's year too. I don't know if I'm prepared to say that this year, but we'll see.
I think Dark World has been the runner-up 3 different years.
Oh,
in this
poor
bracket.
Dark World.
But I will say we gave it a bit of a. It's going to coast to the third round, I think, because our next matchup here, which was probably one of my favorite matchups that Josh and I put together. Go ahead.
2 world-class songs in any competition. We've got the Skull Dungeon from Oracle of Ages taking on the Dancing Dragon Dungeon from Oracle of Seasons. Now, Allison, do you think you could help us out, maybe hum the first couple of notes of the Skull Dungeon theme for us?
I can't Skull Dungeon, but I've got Dancing Dragon. The dun 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 dun. That one is solid. I'd pick Dancing. That's like the only thing I really remember from the Oracle games. It's so good.
Yeah. I think, whatever. Dancing Dragon.
That's what I'm going with. I remember when we did our retrospective on these games, and like I was raving about that dungeon theme. It's so fun. Plus the look
is
of the
memorable.
dungeon too, with like yellows and greens,
Yeah.
is like sick.
It's probably the most memorable dungeon theme of the game. I got to be honest with you. I cannot. Skull Dungeon. I can't even picture
solid. It's solid. I love it.
It is a good one. I listened to it last night.
All right, now you are legally obligated to hum it for us.
Dancing Dragon is still ingrained in my head. Quick side note: 2014 Zelda Dungeon Marathon. Mosley's playing Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, and can't find a small key in Dancing Dragon, and was in the dungeon for over 50 minutes. So
oh my God.
everybody who was at the 2014 ZD Marathon or who was watching knows the Dancing Dragon dungeon very well.
We need like a Malomart dance for that. Are we just like a clean sweep for the Dancing Dragon Dungeon?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Zelda's Lullaby from Skyward Sword, which apparently has not been in every competition, taking on the Fire Temple from Ocarina of Time, which is kind of a not maybe controversial isn't the right word, but there, as everyone knows, there's two different versions of this. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, which version are we counting here?
So, some backstory here for this one. I put Fire Temple Original, and somebody gave me a suggestion, like, Mas, I don't know if you should do that. I'm like, you know what? I'll just put Fire Temple and let them figure it out.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was in a Nintendo game, so I don't feel like I'm, doing anything illegal here. But like,
if I fired up
kinda
my
like
copy
the
of Ocarina of Time, I mean, I'm gonna hear that original theme.
I kind of like it. I
kinda
love
like
it.
it.
It was probably one of my highlights from last year's marathon, where Goo was playing the N64 on the old school little cube TV, and it had the chanting from the Fire Temple, but also like the blood from the Ganondorf fight. Like that was, for some reason, we were all so excited to see that.
Blood. Yeah. I think it's scary.
It is a little terrifying.
It sounds more like a Shadow Temple theme, I've always thought, than maybe something I would think of like fire when I hear it.
It reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the Gorons are like the little kids or something, like they're being held prisoner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty apt, I think. I mean, that being said, guys, I'm gonna take Zelda's Lullaby. I have a special affinity for this. I mean, like, this was at my wedding, and it makes me gives me the warm and fuzzies. So Zelda's Lullaby it is. Our next matchup is the Frozen Rito Village from Tears of the Kingdom taking on Grandma's theme from the Wind Waker, which is actually kind of a nice little theme.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think I'm going to take Frozen Village, though.
Yeah, it's so, like, of the Phenomenon songs, like, it's so eerie, and just, like, it just really kind of speaks to the fact that these people are dying, So I really like it. It's a really good, interesting, ominous song.
Right. I think this might be a weird statement, but I love the cold music in Tears of the Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about the Rising Island Chain, the Wind Temple, the Colgera theme, and they all have the same vibe.
Yeah.
And Frozen Rito Village is almost like a frozen version of the regular, because it has the regular Rito Village.
It does.
And Dragon Roost in there, but like slower and it colder.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I think like that opening at Rito Village and going up to the Wind Temple, probably my favorite portion of Tears of the Kingdom, actually.
It's solid. It's strong.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Grandma's theme wins this, by the way. But
I mean, I would.
I would be surprised. I've been surprised before, but I mean, I'd be surprised. And I'll tell you another thing I'll be surprised at. I will be surprised if this next matchup isn't the biggest sloshing of a number 1 seed against a number 16 seed. Because we've got the acclaimed Fee's Farewell, however you want to say it, or also known as Fee's Gratitude from Skyward Sword, taking on the Acorn Gathering minigame theme from Echoes of Wisdom. We got
a guest on the
We got a cat on screen. This is why you need to watch on Twitch, everybody. You never know when a cat is going to show up. I had to show Sam the clip of Zora knocking down everything last week while you covered for me, Al.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I mean, like, Feast Farewell.
So, like, yeah, mini Acorn theme is fun. Mini Acorn theme. You know what I'm saying? Acorn Gathering mini game theme is what I meant to say. It's fun, but it's not even, like, there's some way better, like, mini game themes out there, like A Link Between Worlds. The Kuko Chase theme is so fun and solid. Like, this is a fun time, but, like, come on, Fee's Farewell is, like, so emotional and has such a charge to it. I would go with Fee's Farewell.
Yeah. So this was a lock suggestion, but also a Masi's error, because I asked him what songs, and he's like, "Oh, how about the flag race minigame?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's a good one." And I put the Acorn minigame, not knowing that he actually meant the horse racing minigame.
Oh,
that's a good one though. That's like a good solid throwback song.
It is, but then I just think of trying to do that stupid 17-second race, and I'm like,
yeah, true.
Yeah, this is going to be a killing, I think. Okay, we got the Lightning Temple from Tears of the Kingdom taking on Sword Search from Link's Awakening DX specifically.
Hmm. Here's my problem with these dungeon themes from Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like they're so cool and interesting when you're playing the game because it's very like ambiance, atmospheric, and you're like doing stuff. But when I was kind of sitting here re-listening to them, I kind of got like, I was just like, okay, when does the song get more interesting? I feel bad saying that because they are interesting when you're playing the game, but just sitting here listening, I don't know. So I
Is that a
personally
vote
would
for
say
Sword
Sword
Search?
Search.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to take the Lightning Temple. I think it's a really great thing. You know, the thing about the Sword Search, it's fun, it's energetic, but it loops so fast. Whereas, like, I think the Lightning Temple is just like a really atmospheric kind of a song. I wouldn't be shocked if it lost, but I'm going to take it, at least for me.
The Sword Search, I specifically put the DX version, but I think this might have been like recency thing because I've been watching the totally normal playthrough of Link's Awake. Corey's been doing on the YouTube channel, and it was like 4 episodes in, and he didn't find the sword yet. So
Sucks to be
the
you,
Sword
Corey.
Search theme has been playing for hours.
Oh my
boy.
god.
Usually in the main game, it only plays for the first 2 minutes of the game. But
Indeed. Well,
it's weird comparing this like chip tune 8-bit song to this orchestrated like 8-piece set. Like, but Sword Search.
Sword Search it is. Well, sorry, Lightning Temple, but you have been banished. Okay, let's keep it going here. We've got the Gerudo Sanctum from Echoes of Wisdom taking on the Caster Wilds from the Minish Cap, which is a curious choice for the Minish Cap. Just to get something different in there. I think I would have went with like Vadi's theme or something like that, but you know, Caster Wilds is pretty good. I do like and Allison and I have been talking about this. I think like the Gerudo like music, like in general, like the Sanctum, the town, the desert. I've really liked the style of it the last like from Breath of the Wild and on. It's kind of got that like some of those Arabic instruments that go into it. I think it sounds really cool. I think I'm gonna take the Sanctum here. Al, what do you think? What you got?
I lied earlier.
It's a second kitten.
There's another cat. I lied earlier when I said that I wasn't taking a lot of Echoes songs. I forgot about this one. I did take Gerudo Sanctum over Caster Wilds because Caster Wilds is cool, but it's kind of got like this deserty sound of the main Zelda theme.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, it's fine. But the Gerudo Sanctum has like this wicked like violin or strings in it that I love. So I'm gonna take Gerudo Sanctum.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually preferred the Gerudo Desert theme, but Josh
I do like the
overruled me
desert
on this
theme.
one.
I think my favorite's actually the town. I think it sounds really cool. But I like all three. Okay. Going up next, we've got Hyrule Field from Twilight Princess versus Hyrule Field from A Link Between Worlds. I am blanking on what the Link Between Worlds Hyrule Field theme sounds like. Isn't it just like the main theme, kind of?
Yeah, it is. It's like I didn't want to put Hyrule Field from A Link to the Past because I thought it's got that Zelda's Lullaby vibe from Skyward Sword, where it's like it's the same song but just upgraded, I should say. So I don't know. I thought it'd be a good battle here.
You know what? So we were doing this episode, like I mentioned a few times, about some of the themes, our favorite themes that haven't been included in the games. And the guy I was recording with, a great patron of ours named Matt, he brought up actually that his pick for Twilight Princess and what inspired his whole idea was the Hyrule Field but at night theme, which I actually thought was a great pick because it's kind of a little bit more soothing, a little bit more melodic. I'm not a fan of the like bombasticness of Hyrule Field. Yeah, too many horns. I feel like though, like I can't quite place the Hyrule Field from Link Between Worlds. Like, can I even vote for that? You know, I don't know.
I mean, I personally did A Link Between Worlds because Hyrule Field from Twilight Princess is fine, but I don't really feel very strongly about it.
Yeah, Moss, what you got?
I used to not like this song because of this tournament, but in recent years, I think what you mentioned, the night theme, I feel that is included with Hyrule Field because it changes naturally. I mean,
Okay.
it's part of the song. Sort of how we were talking about like the Wind Temple and the Lightning Temple earlier. We're including all versions of it. Like
Mhm.
so, I think it has a lot of range, and I think I'm gonna go with Twilight Princess Hyrule Field.
I mean, I guess that's a good point. Like, I have never, I guess, interpreted like the night portion of that. It's always been like the daytime version. You know what? Just for something different, let's go with Twilight Princess. Let's give that game some love on this show. Let's put it to the next round. And actually, I'm going to keep my Twilight Princess love going here. Our next matchup is a number 2 versus number 15 seed, but I think that this could be close. This is the Ocarina of Time title theme, the classic, fabled, majestic theme, taking on the trailer theme from Twilight Princess, kind of that Phantom of the Opera style, musical track. I really dig that trailer theme. I think it's fantastic. I mean, I'm going to vote for Ocarina of Time title theme. I mean, it's the Ocarina of Time title theme, but you put that trailer theme for me up against like, I would take it over both songs in the 8-9 matchup, the 4-13 matchup, the 5-12. Like, that's a strong matchup in the first round.
I mean, I really like the title theme from Ocarina of Time, but God, that trailer theme from Twilight Princess is so good.
Don't do this.
I'm gonna go with Twilight Princess trailer theme.
I think I got to go with the title theme from Ocarina of Time. Was my prediction to win the tournament last year.
Oh,
Okay.
I think it fell short. I don't remember what it lost to in the semifinals or something, but I think this might be the year for it. But it's got to well, as we'll see here, it's got to run the trailer gauntlet. I think early on.
yes, I did notice that.
There's a lot of themes like that in here, by the way. But I'm going to go with title theme.
I got to be honest. I picked the title theme to win this year.
Okay.
I think this might be the year that it does. I don't know if we're ready to reveal our. I feel confident enough though. I think.
I mean, I've already said I'm going with Dark World, so like that's what I.
I can't do it again, Al. I cannot pick Dark World again. I picked it last year and I picked it the year before. Fool me thrice. Big time shame on me. Okay. The trailer theme from Breath of the Wild taking on the Elden Temple from Echoes of Wisdom. Now, I have a story here, guys. Moss, you might remember this. I was really campaigning for the trailer theme to be a musical March Madness, and I was like, guys, this is going to dominate. Like, this was one of the greatest moments in the history of Zelda, and this theme, and I took it to win the entire tournament, this theme just got shellacked. Like, it got stomped in, I think it was like the first round, and I don't even remember what it lost to, but I was like, oh my god.
To add to that, 2019, we had this conversation, and I banned it. I'm like, no, it's too OP. It's not fair.
Yeah.
And then 2020, we put it in and it lost, I think, in the first round to something mediocre or something.
Yeah, and like, it got killed. Like, it wasn't even an exciting matchup. Like, it got killed. And I think I had taken it to win. I was just like, oh boy. And I heard it from Josh that year. So I kind of have some trepidation is the point of this. I think it's good enough to beat Elden Temple, though. And I would personally pick this over Elden Temple as well.
I agree with you, though. Like, I was flabbergasted that it did not do well when it finally got put in the tournament. Like, I just did not understand. And maybe it's just, like, is our experience not that universal, Andy, where we like saw that trailer for the very first time and we're like in tears and goosebumps and like
I think it was. There's like reaction videos to people losing their minds.
I don't understand like how our community didn't make it win. I just don't get it. But I mean, personally, I would prefer for it to continue forward. I mean, the Elden Temple is fine in Echoes of Wisdom. It's got like this weird kind of like Spanish like salsa-ness to it that I feel like was just kind of out of the blue. I mean, I liked it, but I was just like, this is kind of weird. So so it just wasn't my whole jam. But okay. I mean, it's up against the trailer theme, which we are like famously gladiators for it. So
yes.
I'm going to say trailer theme. I'm just looking back at some history. Trailer theme lost to Kokiri Forest in the first round, so it's not a.
Okay, you know what? That's a pretty. That's like an upper.
Track.
That's an upper mid card song.
Yeah.
I'll go with the trailer theme.
All right. Oof. Hey, I might just abstain from this one. Our next one is Mulgera from the Wind Waker, which is a fan favorite of this community. Just not one of mine. Taking on the Great Sea from the Wind Waker, which is another fan favorite, but just not one of mine. I'm probably going to take the Great Sea. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever.
So Josh got legitimately angry with me because I said something like, "Hey, I'm also not a big fan of the Great Sea." I'm like, "Hey, let's switch it up this year. Instead of doing Great Sea from Wind Waker, let's say Overworld from Phantom Hourglass." It's the same song, and he was upset.
There's like the slightest little bit. I'll be honest with you. I was trying to find like a song from Phantom Hourglass, my favorite that we hadn't included in the tournament. Poof. I was like, yikes.
That's a weak soundtrack. It's a very weak soundtrack.
I think it's the most unremarkable in the series.
Lineback
all the towns are the same.
Yeah.
Most of the towns are the same, I should say. All the dungeons are the same. I'm gonna say Great Sea. I think Great Sea will win.
What? Okay, here's the thing. I have like continuously historically hated on Mulgera, but like something about it this year when I was listening to it, I was like, something about it. I don't know if it's like the chicka 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 like that part. Something about that is like getting to me, and so I was like, Mulgera, and of course it's a fan favorite. I feel like Mulgera will take Great Sea. You both are putting it forward, but like I just think it's crazy to say Great Sea is going to beat Mulgera.
I think in the actual tournament, Mulgera is going to win, and I think it's going to win because it's seeded so much higher. Because I think that matters to an extent, and not like a complete. But I think Mulgera is like popular enough that should tip it over.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. What the hell do I know? Okay, let's keep it going. Zora's Domain from Ocarina of Time taking on Final Hours from Majora's Mask. I got to tell you guys something about Final Hours. This is a fine, like, calling it a song to me is even a stretch. Like, I mean, technically, like, it's a song. It's just like kind of like ambiance, like background ambiance music, and I don't know. It's hard for me to separate that like from just like clock down, like hearing and like yes, it's different, but if it were me, I would include it as part of clock. I don't think listening to it by itself, it's very good. I'm gonna take Zora's Domain.
I personally would take Zora's Domain as well. For all the same reasons.
Well, I guess it's Zora's Domain, but I'll just comment that Final Hours, I think, is the darkest song in the Zelda series. Like, it's really got end of the world vibes, kind of like.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing is like that. It's the same way I feel about the temple songs, where I really enjoy them when I'm in that moment, and I'm like, it gives me this like feeling of being included in the game and whatnot, but like when I'm outside of the game, it's not there for me, which I would feel the same way about Final Hours. Like when I'm in Majora's Mask and it's the Final Hours, I'm like, oh crap, the moon's falling. But when I'm outside of it, I'm like, I'm fine. Like, you know.
All right, we're still in the first round here. We've got one more division left to blitz through here, and the second and third and fourth rounds will be a little bit quicker. But we'll go Kokiri Forest, the number 1 seed, taking on Kakariko is Saved from Twilight Princess, which is a really nice little song, actually. Mm-hmm. I really like the Kakariko theme from Twilight Princess, like all kind of variants of it. I think it's a nice theme, and I don't think we see that really come back in any other iterations, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
That's too bad. It's a nice theme. I'm gonna take Kokiri Forest, but I like Kakariko Saved. I would vote for that over a couple others, on this list.
It's never been in the tournament, too. This is another first-timer. There's about 15 songs in this tournament. This is a first-timer. But I did it. I don't think we did it justice with this first-round matchup. Kokiri Forest is going to win.
It's going to
win. I agree. I mean, Kokiri Forest is one of like my top 10 tracks, so yeah, that's the one I'm going for.
All right, the Astral Observatory from Majora's Mask. Just an outlier. Doesn't feel like a Zelda song in a lot of ways, and maybe that's what makes it popular. Taking on Midna's theme from Twilight Princess. I think in the actual tournament, Midna's theme is going to win just because it has her name in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would take Astral Observatory though. Just it's a weird, awkward kind of like un-Zelda like song, and I think that really adds to it actually for the kind of like I don't know like I don't know what the right word I'm looking for is, like the differentness of Majora's Mask, or like the trippy kind of vibes of Majora's Mask. I kind of dig it. It's like one of those songs that seems like overly cheery, and which makes it creepy, you know?
Mm-hmm. I personally like Midna's theme, not just because Midna's attached to it. I just really like it. It's one of those themes too where the character hums their own theme, which I always love. So I'm gonna go with Midna's theme.
I'm a Midna's theme kind of person too. We'll go with that.
Diegetic sounds, as Doom Crossing might say. All right, Midna's theme is going to the second round. We have got the Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time taking on Lanayru Mining Facility. Song of Storms is just one of those staples that's been around forever. Everybody knows it. I don't know if anybody loves it, but it's popular enough to at least win like a round or two every year. It's not my favorite, but like, can I sit here and honestly say like I like the mining facility better than it? I'm not sure I can.
The mining facility is catchy though. I like it. But
Is.
Song of Storms is a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like, it almost has like mainstream appeal outside of Ocarina in a sense. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
you see like TikToks of with songs, and Kokiri Forest actually for that matter too.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Al?
My Lanayru Mining Facility is pretty catchy, but I personally just hate doing the Lanayru Mining Facility, so my bias is like I hate this song even though I don't. But I'm gonna go with Song of Storms because like you guys are right. It's just like it's so powerful. I don't know if I personally like love it, but it's just like it's there. People use it as sounds. Like it's around.
Mm-hmm. I love Lanayru Mining Facility. I think that's a great dungeon. All right. Let's. Okay, this is another just banger of a first round matchup here. Holy moly!
This is rude.
We have got the Song of Healing from Majora's Mask taking on the Hyrule Field theme from Ocarina of Time. Now, Allison, you've said apples and oranges, but I need you to be a fruit ninja here. Who's going to be moving on to the next round?
This is a personal pick for me. I don't know if it's the right pick though. I've always like been a champion of Song of Healing for this. When we do these episodes, I always try to push it as far as it can go, I think. And I will push it this time, but I don't think it's the right choice. I feel like people are gonna push Hyrule Field.
I don't know. Moss, what you got?
The Song of Healing, I think, is probably one of the 5 songs maybe that are like contenders to win this whole tournament. But I also think it can lose in the first round.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
this is a bracket buster if I've ever seen one.
I have it going pretty far in my own bracket.
Remember how I was saying earlier something had to run the trailer gauntlet? I put Song of Healing into the Ocarina of Time gauntlet here. If you look at its route here, it's got to get through banger after banger after
kidding,
banger.
You sure did. Holy crow.
But you know what? I think I love it. Oh man, I love it. It's probably a top 5 song for me in the Zelda series.
I think we gotta go Song of Healing for sure. Lots of emotion, and you can kind of, I don't know. For me, you could just kind of apply it to anything that you need to, and it's just kind of a nice little song for all the reasons that you said. Okay, wow. The Farron Temple at the number 2 seed from Echoes of Wisdom taking on Skyloft, a first-time entry in this tournament, in the number 15 song, seed rather, obviously from Skyward Sword. Is Skyloft at 15 the most powerful number 15 seed in this tournament? I think it is, especially because it's a new one, so we don't know how that's going to do. That's a doozy, actually. That's one that might be tough to call in the actual tournament. I think the seeding in the tournament is going to put Farron over, but man, I'm gonna take Skyloft. I think Skyloft is my choice.
I have to be honest, like I don't understand the seeding part of this at all. Like I don't get what you guys are saying.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just going off of vibes and what I think is popular.
This is why I'm a former winner of this tournament, Allison.
I just like whenever you guys talk about the numbers, I'm like, oh yeah, there's numbers on these. What does that mean?
There you go.
There you go. All right, what was your pick there? I was boasting and talking over you while you were saying.
Oh, listen, I personally really like Pharaoh Temple, but I have heard from people that it like it grinds them. They don't like it. So I'm gonna say Skyloft.
So Pharaoh Temple got one of the high seats because I remember I was telling you I asked a bunch of people about give me their Echo songs. Pharaoh Temple is one of the few consistencies where I think like 3 people suggested it. And it was on my personal list of songs from the game.
I really
Skyloft
like it.
is very mid, very forgettable. It's just one of those overworld themes.
Oh,
Okay,
like-
if I forgot that this is our like we want it to happen bracket, so I will pick Pharaoh Temple over Skyloft. But I just for some reason think that Skyloft is more memorable than Pharaoh for people, so they'll probably choose it in the real bracket.
yeah. I mean, you hear it
think
like way more.
Yeah.
I don't think Skyloft is a top 25 song from Skyward Sword. Like there's so many good songs in that album and that soundtrack that Skyloft is forgettable. But it could win. But I'm gonna vote for Pharaoh Temple.
Well, I've been overruled, and Pharaoh Temple ruled. You know what? I like Pharaoh Temple actually. I shouldn't say that I don't because I do. But I love Skyloft. I disagree with your assessment there. Let's finish off the first rounder. We've got 3 more matchups. Number 7, the Yuga battle from A Link Between Worlds taking on Lookout Landing from Tears of the Kingdom.
But Allison, I gotta ask you, do you like the Yuga battle because
I do.
they say their name in it?
I do. That's the reason I like it.
Of course.
It's so good.
Well, I'm
Yuga
taking
also
Lookout
sings
Landing.
his own-
Having to be
Yuga
the
sings his
Scrooge
own
here.
theme too, so.
What do you got, Moss? To break this tie.
Yuga.
I feel like this song sucks. I don't
Listen,
like it at all.
in my true bracket, I do pick Lookout Landing, but like it made me sad because Yuga is so fun.
I think Yuga. Maybe that's just my bias. Maybe I don't dislike the song. I just kind of think Yuga. I think we could have done better, but
I kind of like Yuga a lot, actually.
well,
Yuga.
Okay, how about this one here? Bust out your accordion. We've got Telltale Heights from Link's Awakening, a staple of this tournament, the number 3 seed, taking on Cass's theme from Breath of the Wild. Do people like Cass's theme?
They do. It does well in this tournament. I don't know why. This has not been a consistent song in the tournament. I've pulled it probably because of my hatred for it. But I think I will say this. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but whatever wins this matchup is going to make it a few rounds, I think. Not just 2, maybe 3 rounds.
I think I had the exact same thing on my bracket. And I'm pretty sure I took Telltale Heights to the Elite 8. And I'm going to pick that over Cass's theme because I can't say I hate it, but it's not my top choice. Put it that. It's no Monk Maz Kashia.
That's true.
I'll
say Telltale Heights.
I think Cass's theme is going to win. And I think somebody suggests. I think I was talking
The whole
a lot
shebang,
about
or
this.
just this round?
No, for this round.
Okay.
I think, sometimes when it comes to voting, people get like, Cass got shunned from not being in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, he got left out. Now, this is his redemption story.
We'll see. We'll see if he could. I mean, that's a powerhouse that you're taking on in the first round. Although, I do think if you can clear the first round, your path forward is easy. Or easier, let's just say.
This is another one. I think that's a bracket breaker if you get this one wrong because you're, possibly getting. Let's go with Telltale Heights. Let's try to win.
All right, this is our last matchup of the first round. We're still gonna do this the rest of this tournament here, and we're gonna go and we're gonna take the Eternal Forest from Echoes of Wisdom up against the Realm of the Heavens from Four Swords Adventures.
This is the Dark Death Mountain theme from A Link to the Past, but
Yes,
Josh insisted on there being a Four Swords Adventure song. So.
Which is hard because a lot of the Four Swords Adventure songs are recycled Link to the Past songs. And that's the reason I chose Eternal Forest. Like, Eternal Forest is, again, one of those songs that's more of an ambiance and an atmosphere. And it's a really good one for the moment. But I think that it's not going to make it far past this moment. But I did take it past this moment for now.
I'm pretty much right with you.
I think just the name Realm of the Heavens and Four Swords Adventures, people are going to be like, what? Like, what is it? Like, Eternal Forest.
Yeah, the only, which is ironic because it's one of the only real original pieces of music, but, I think the only Four Swords song that might have a chance is Village of the Blue Maidens, because it was in that Smash Bros. Game. Maybe you could do, Vadi's theme, since at least people know who Vadi is. I can't even remember what the theme was from Four Swords Adventure for him, but, yeah, I don't see a very good outcome for Realm of the Heavens once the tournament starts. This is one of the few songs from Echoes where I was like, oh yeah, I think this is gonna do well in this round, anyways. Okay, well, that took like an hour, but we are into round number 2, and we'll go a little bit faster. We'll kind of blitz through some of these guys here since we kind of gave our initial thoughts on the songs, but we still have a lot to go here. Including a pretty good matchup. I think this is gonna be a close matchup if it happens, and that is Low Roll Castle against Kakariko Village from A Link to the Past.
Mm-hmm.
As a song, I probably like Low Roll Castle a little bit better because it has that dynamic quality to it. I think I'll take Low Roll Castle. I could be swayed if someone has a really powerful argument, though. I'll tell you that.
I don't. Mine's Low Roll as well.
I'm going to say Kakariko. I think it's got the bigger name recognition. It's got the bigger game recognition. And it's more of an iconic song.
Yeah, and you're not wrong. That would influence my, actual prediction in terms of, which one I like better. I'm going to go Low Roll. I think this could go either way if this actually happens in the tournament. That's a good matchup.
But the thing is, this matchup could very easily be Windfall Island versus Sacred Grove as well.
It could be. Yeah, I mean, it could be. This is a tough little 4-pack here, actually. Because our next one is the Forest Temple going up against Stone Tower Temple.
Oof.
You know what? So obviously I'm going to pick the Forest Temple to win. That's my favorite. But I do remember one year that Forest Temple and Hidden Village were in a pretty neck-and-neck battle. And I do remember Forest Temple won. And like I said, traditionally dungeon themes don't do all that well in Musical March Madness. And I was pretty impressed because I thought Hidden Village would beat Forest Temple. So I think my actual prediction for this would be Forest Temple as well. But man, I actually think Legendary Hero is probably going to win the first round and beat Forest Temple in the second round. We'll see what happens, but I'm going to take Forest Temple.
So some live fact checking here. You are correct. 2021, Forest Temple won. Forest Temple won with 53% of the vote in the second round. Fun fact, though, in the first round of that same year, Forest Temple barely squeezed by Legendary Hero, 50.5 to 49.5, which, depending on what happens in the first round,
that's a rematch that I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Wow. What are you taking, Moss?
Forest Temple.
Okay, I'm taking Forest Temple too. Although it just makes me wonder, again, is Stone Tower Temple popular enough to take it? But I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, the Wind Temple from Tears of the Kingdom taking on the aforementioned Hidden Village from Twilight Princess.
I'm gonna take Linebeck's theme.
So of those two options, Linebeck's theme is maybe option number 46. So we're gonna have to stick to either the Wind Temple or Hidden Village.
Son of a biscuit. Okay.
I'll tell you this: the Hidden Village theme has cats. I don't know if they actually contribute to the theme or not, but
I love that we're all cat people here.
Hidden Village.
I'm taking Hidden Village as well.
Let's go Hidden Village. Ballad of the Windfish up against the Realm Overworld from Spirit Tracks.
Ooh,
Spirit Tracks for sure.
Yeah, Spirit Tracks.
I think I would take Ballad of the Windfish.
I think it's a bigger name than the actual song.
Maybe.
Because it's an iconic name in the game, but the song itself is good, but I think Spirit Tracks Overworld.
It kind of reminds me of Song of Healing almost in a way. I think it's going for the same kind of thing, but I think Song of Healing does it better. All right, let's keep it going. The Null final battle against Sheik's theme. Guys, I'm going to take Sheik's theme. And you know what? I'll up the ante here. I'm going to take Sheik's theme in my what I want to win, and I'm going to take Sheik's theme in what I think will win as well if this matchup happens.
I mean, I think Sheik's theme is going to win. And again, this is the unfortunate thing where I'm like, these Echoes of Wisdom songs are great, but I just don't think they're strong enough.
So what
Sheik's
do you
theme
want
is
to
going to win. Sheik's theme, but Null Final Battle is
It's good.
such a better song. It's such a better song.
Wow.
I'm going to vote for Null Final Battle because this is our personal thing. So
Yeah.
Well, Al, what's it going to be?
I'm going to say Sheik's theme.
Oh, there it is. Sheik's theme squeaks by into the third round. How about this just clash of the titans that we've got in the second round here? My goodness. We've got Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild. We've got Clocktown from Majora's Mask. Fact check me if I'm wrong here, Moss. I think both of these have been to the final of this tournament. And I think Hyrule Castle maybe more than once. So these are two contenders, I feel like. And one of them is going to be gone after the second round.
so Hyrule Castle has made it to the semifinals 3 times and 1 time to the finals in 2022, losing to the Battle of the Goddess.
Oof. Did Clocktown ever make it all the way?
I feel like
what do
Clocktown
you-
got really close.
I think it
Clocktown has
pretty
been
close
to the
with you.
semifinals 3 times and 2022 lost narrowly 47-53 to Hyrule Castle.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Okay.
So maybe
I don't
Clocktown
agree
has a
with
bit
that.
of a little bit of revenge on its mind here.
My personal take is Clocktown. I like Clocktown better than Hyrule Castle. I'm sorry to break your heart, Moss.
I like Hyrule Castle. This is like so there's like a 30-minute YouTube repeat that I've regularly put on like while I'm in the kitchen or something, and it gets to the end of the song. Like
That the marching really helps you, do your cooking. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I have the final vote here. Both great songs, and Allison. Okay, this is what I'm thinking, and I'm going to explain myself, and I hope that we can remain cordial after. However,
How many times have we had this exact conversation?
So you and I, okay, we've done this in years past where we've made our own fan bracket, and one year we did pick Clocktown to win.
Yeah.
I can't remember which year it was, but I know for a fact that Clocktown did win our own personal bracket. So I'm gonna go with Hyrule. Do I want to side with Moss though? Do I want to
fine.
do that?
We can do our little coup back and forth where we usually form
Yeah.
an alliance.
Okay. You
later.
know what? I'm gonna side with him now, but I'm gonna get him later on something.
Okay.
I don't know what, but I mark my words. All right, let's keep going. Another contender to win the whole tournament here. Of course, I'm talking about the Dancing Dragon Dungeon from Oracle of Seasons, taking on the Dark World from A Link to the Past.
Let's
It's
move
gonna
on.
be Dark World.
Let's move on.
If you would have taken Dancing Dragon, I swear to God, I would have sided with you, Al. I mean, no, it's Dark World. Zelda's Lullaby taking on the Frozen Rito Village.
Oof.
I'm
That's like
going to
oof.
be basic. I'm going to go Zelda's Lullaby.
You're basic.
Yeah.
Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah.
Ah, man. I'm just gonna say Frozen Rito just to give it some love. I know
Well,
personally, like in my personal bracket, I have Zelda's Lullaby beating Frozen Rito.
we already sent it along, so that's fine. You do what you want. Let's go. Let's keep it going. And this one, I hope, is unanimous. Fee's Farewell against the Sword Search song from Link's Awakening DX. Please, for the love
Yep.
of God, guys, don't do this to me. Let's send Fee's Farewell to the next round.
Yeah, we will.
Okay, thank you. The Gerudo Sanctum from Echoes of Wisdom up against Hyrule Field from Twilight Princess.
This is one where I feel like it's. Oh my gosh! Yesterday I was saying Hyrule Field, but today I'm saying Gerudo Sanctum.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
I like the vibes of Gerudo Sanctum. Let's go with Gerudo Sanctum. I feel like it's an upset.
Yeah,
If
that
Gerudo
would be a
Sanctum
big
wins.
upset. I feel like if it happened in the tournament. Okay, well, let's keep it going. Another just a banger of a matchup here. The title theme from Ocarina of Time versus the trailer theme from Breath of the Wild. Wow.
Landslide. It's going to be a landslide victory for the title theme. I'm thinking like 80-20.
Yes. But to me, man, this is a clash of the Titans.
No. Disagree.
Al?
I got distracted. Please tell me that.
Oh, gee. All right, so Ocarina of Time title theme is taking on the trailer theme from Breath of the Wild. You know what?
Okay.
Let me just go here. The trailer for Breath of the Wild was one of the greatest moments of, like, I'll call it my video game life. That was so unbelievable.
You're gonna Kanye the
dude, like, legit
title theme.
I'm gonna go with the title theme. I mean, like,
moment.
you know, that was such an impact on me, like, just Epona and galloping, and the moon and the sun. Title theme. It's gotta be the title theme.
I'm saying trailer theme from Breath of the Wild, but
I respect that. Yeah, I respect that. Okay, we got the Great Sea going up against Zora's Domain here. Ugh. Let's go with Zora's Domain.
Ooh. I think
come on. Are we really taking the Great Sea over Zora's Domain here, guys?
I forgot that Great Sea went forward. So I was confused. I was like, why is Great Sea even here? But yeah, Zora's Domain.
I'm going to say Zora's Domain, but I will say that if this was the Phantom Hourglass Overworld instead, I would vote for that.
Jeez. Well, at least someone would. Okay. Kokiri Forest against Midna's theme. I'm going to be basic here again, guys, and just go with the favorite, which is Kokiri's Forest.
Yeah, I would go with Kokiri Forest, too. Again, this is like one of my top songs, so.
Yeah, Kokiri.
Same thing for the next matchup, actually. Song of Storms versus Song of Healing. For me, it's a pretty easy Song of Healing.
Yes. I agree with you.
Some backstory here. Song of Healing is my pick, and I still think I really wanted to win the tournament. Song of Healing has previously faced Song of Storms and lost to Song of Storms. Wow. So this is a repeat matchup.
That's awful.
When was that?
It was years ago, but I like it. I don't know how much like stuff has changed in
well, and the reason I ask is because there was maybe like a couple years ago now, but Song of Healing went on a pretty decent run. Like, I want to say got to like the Elite Eight or like something like that, and I was like, wow, like that seems more popular than I had given it credit for.
Song of Healing. I'll give you the full history here. In its 6 years, it has lost to Song of Storms once in 2020. It lost to Clocktown. Oh no, it lost to Clocktown once. It actually beat Clocktown once and then lost to it. Lost to Hyrule Castle, lost to Midna's Lament, and has lost to Zelda's Lullaby twice. All 6 times it's lost, though, it's had at least 45% of the vote. So it's
like such a strong contender. It just can't quite squeak by.
It's just not good enough.
And again, it's like one of those things where I asked about the trailer, the Breath of the Wild trailer. Is it not a universal experience that we've all been healed by the song? Like,
it's just good, just not good. It's sort of like Allison's Phantom Hourglass gameplay. Like,
it's a solid B+, you know, but it's not.
That was
it's
brutal.
Not quite an A.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to like mute me for that one. Good lord.
All right. We have. Oh boy. We have the Pharaon Temple from Echoes of Wisdom taking on the Yuga. We are not voting the Yuga battle through, right? We're not doing this.
I think I just want to do it just to piss you off.
I'm voting Yuga. I think it'll win. Yuga.
Booga is what I'm saying here.
Second round matchup. Like, compare the previous matchup to this matchup.
I'll be honest. I think Lookout Landing is going like all the way here. That's my pick. Okay, Telltale Heights versus the Eternal Forest.
I think this is where I will take Telltale Heights. Yeah.
Part of me wants to vote for Echoes, but yeah, Telltale Heights is just like such a cool song. It's hard to go against that. Okay, let's keep it moving, and we are into the third round. which now we got some heavy hitters. We have got Lorule Castle going up against the Forest Temple from Ocarina of Time. I know that Forest Temple has won before, and if I felt more strongly about the opposing song, I'd probably vote for it, but as much as I like Lorule Castle, that's not the song for me to vote against Forest Temple for.
This is hard because I really love Forest Temple, but Laurel Castle has this like gradual because a lot of the end castles do where they just increase in like the tempo and like the danger and whatever. So I feel like I have to take Laurel Castle.
I think so too. Yeah, I think Laurel Castle is ahead, and I think there's a good chance that neither of these songs are actually in this round.
I feel confident in Laurel Castle's ability to get here. I don't know about the other one. We'll see.
Laurel Castle.
I'm not in love with this matchup either. Actually, I feel like I like both songs, but not love both songs. Hidden Village going up against, the Realm Overworld from Spirit Tracks.
Wow.
This is hard. Okay, well, personally, it's not hard for me. I would pick Realm Overworld, but I feel like Hidden Village is so popular.
I'm gonna take Hidden Village. I think if this was a matchup in the tournament, Hidden Village would kill it. Maybe not like crush it. Kill it's too strong of a word, but I think it would win.
Personally, I would take Realm Overworld, but I agree with you.
You want to know the history of Hidden Village?
Yeah. Well, we know it lost to Forest Temple at least once.
Hidden Village barely lost to Forest Temple. Barely lost to Fi's Farewell. Had 49.5% of the vote. Lost to Ballad of the Goddess.
No shame.
And then, I should have. This is maybe poor booking on my behalf, but 2022, 23, 24, 3 years in a row in the Sweet 16 lost to Clocktown.
Well, so Clocktown has got its number. It's too bad did we take Clocktown through? Is it still on? I think I voted against it. It's too bad we didn't do that.
Keep having these win until it's Clocktown and Hidden Village again.
That'd be a great, like, you imagine, like, it's like Musical March Madness 2032 and Clocktown and Hidden Village are finally in the finals.
I think Hidden Village is going to win. Okay. I like Hidden. I love. Oh man, wait, hold on. This is our favorite.
This is your favorite. So vote with your heart, not your brain.
Heart is Spirit Tracks Overworld.
Okay.
Yes. Well,
all right. I guess so. So I've been vetoed for both these next matchups here, but that's okay. Sheik's theme taking on Hyrule Castle in Breath of the Wild. Allison, what say you?
I would take Hyrule Castle for Breath of the Wild on this one. I mean, I love Sheik's theme, but just like Hyrule Castle is a powerhouse.
Hyrule Castle is a powerhouse. I'll take it over Sheik's theme. What do you think, Andy?
You know what you've just done here, Al? You know how I said I was going to get Moss? And I was like, I don't know when. This would have been the perfect time. The perfect time.
Andy, you gotta vote with your heart. That's what's happening right now. You're voting with your head too much.
But my heart tells me I want to get Moss somehow. This would have been a great moment.
When we made the rules for this, you should have brought back a feature from, I think it was 2019. There was like, everybody got a flag, they could die on that hill, and they can overrule.
Did we do
Remember that?
Yeah, okay. That sounds like something I would say.
That was the you and Taylor days, remember?
Well, I mean, that first show with just me and Taylor, that was a complete catastrophe because we only had the two of us, and like I was trying to flip a coin for a tiebreaker, we couldn't find one, so I had a USB stick. So whatever side the light landed on was the. Oh boy!
I think it was like, I'll give you this one, but then for future consideration.
Yes. Okay, so I this is 3 in a row that I've lost here. Let's see if this can continue.
There'll be more.
Dark World taking on Zelda's Lullaby. I have to say I'm fine with either of these winning. So this one is fine to me.
I'll take Dark World.
I think I'm gonna vote
Again,
Dark
I'm
World.
taking Dark World to the end.
Yeah.
I think Dark World. I'm doing some quick. These have. Fun fact: 2019, Dark World versus Zelda's Lullaby in the third round, and Zelda's Lullaby won.
Whoa!
Wow!
Okay.
Really? The Skyward Sword version?
40. Yes, this was 2019. It won. Dark World had 48.2% of the vote.
Dang.
That's still pretty close.
But I think Dark World. Full Dark World.
Yeah, good for Zelda's Lullaby. Maybe that's the sleeper that sneaks through. I don't know. All right, well, so Dark World is moving on here into, what is that? The Elite Eight. We've got Fee's Farewell up against Gerudo Sanctum. I think here, guys, this is where Gerudo ends for me. It's been a nice run.
What does Mossies used to say? Delete.
Yeah, no, you got to do what The Rock did there, Moss.
Yeah.
Did you see my message? How my phone heard you talking about that, and then literally my feed the whole next day was all John Cena turning heel. I was just like, what the heck?
Just wait till tomorrow. Your entire feed's going to be Yuga, Yuga, Yuga. All right, you got a clash of some Ocarina of Time. I don't know if Titans is maybe the right word, but we've got the title theme taking on Zora's Domain, and similarly, I like Zora's Domain, but I feel like this is where the road ends for that song.
Yeah, this is where I'm going to start backing the title theme. Yeah.
Kokiri Forest up against the Song of Healing.
Oh, God.
But we put Song of Healing over Hyrule Field, over Song of Storms. It's got to run the Ocarina Gauntlet.
But can it? Because this is one of my favorite songs from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, this is a problem where I think in my real bracket, I have these two matched up, and I pick Kokiri Forest as the winner, but in my heart, for our Zelda Cast bracket, I'm going to pick Song of Healing.
Oh. All right. You know what? I'm actually fine with Song of Healing winning, but I'm going to get him before this tournament is done. Okay, so Song of Healing.
To me, you're over here. By the way,
well, to everyone else, you're here. Al's here, and
so wait, you're over here then. I'm pointing to you here then.
Correct. Yes. Well, actually, you just have your hand there because your hand is cut off with the screen.
And this is quality content to anybody who's.
This is what people tune into the Zelda Cast for. That's right. Last week, I sent us live as I was like doing all the tech, and we were just chatting. I think we were talking to Smack about you actually, but I can't remember what we were talking about. And I was like, oh, no, we're live. Whoops. Okay, let's finish off the third round. This is impossible. We've got the Yuga battle up against Telltale Heights. Let's talk some reason into these co-hosts of mine.
I'm going to be reasonable. Telltale Heights.
Yes!
Yuga.
Are they saying Booga or Yuga? All right. We have 8 songs left here, guys. Let's bring it home. Elite 8 matchup number 1. Low Rule Castle up against the Realm Overworld from Spirit Tracks. You know what? I guess I'm all in now. I'm all in. I'm taking Low Rule Castle. By God, we might be taking this right to the end. I don't know.
Spirit Tracks.
Allison, do the right thing here. Come on.
In my heart, I do not have Spirit Tracks going this far in my real bracket, so I'm just going to keep taking it.
Okay. Well, there it is.
History here? You want to hear some Realm Overworld history?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Twice it has lost to the title theme from Wind Waker, a former winner.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm. It narrowly lost to Clocktown one year.
Okay. Fair.
It lost to Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild one year. And the biggest upset, ugly, lost to Great Sea.
Yeah, that's awful. What the hell?
Now, hold on. Let's add some context here, okay? The Overworld theme from Spirit Tracks has also frequently been put in some pretty good positions to succeed as well. Like, we've given it high seeding every single time, so it generally, the first ever matchup was against Dora Defeated. Do you know what game that's from, Al?
No.
Exactly. You should, because you have the game, actually.
Oh, yeah. Is it Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land?
It is.
To give it some defense, though, it handily beat Tall Heights, and 2 years ago it completely destroyed 70-30 Romance in the Air.
Wow.
I mean, I don't really think of Romance in the Air as like a powerhouse, if I'm being honest, though. But I mean, it's a great song. We'll see how it does, and we'll see who it's going to be fighting here, because
I think I'm choosing it over Laurel Castle.
I think in an actual matchup, I think I am too, but I don't feel strong about that.
But this is also one of those, like, if you look at the Realm Overworld, what it's been up, like, we have it beating Romance in the Air, Ballad of the Windfish, Hidden, like, it could lose any one of these matchups.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
okay. Well, speaking of losing, we have the two, and I say this lovingly, we have the two biggest losers in the history of this tournament. Songs that could and perhaps should have won some years, but just can't get over the hump. We've got Dark World against Hyrule Castle from Breath of the Wild. One of these songs is a loser again, and one of them maybe has a shot. What do we think?
Taking Dark World.
So, I'm bringing some math in here again. 2021, Hyrule Castle got eliminated by Dark World. Hyrule Castle only got 42.4% of the vote, so it was 58-42. But it got its chance of redemption last year in the same round of Sweet 16. Lost to Dark World again. This time with 49.4% of the vote.
Oh. I wonder if Tears of the Kingdom has a little impact on that.
By single-digit votes. I think this is the year that Dark World continues conquering them and wins again.
Mm.
I'm going to take Dark World. My heart and my head both say Dark World. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. We have got Fee's Farewell up against the title theme from Ocarina of Time.
Oh. I'm taking Fee's Farewell. It's just so, like, emotionally charged moment for me.
One of the greatest moments, I think, in the series, like the line, meeting again in another life, always gets me.
Mm-hmm.
I do, man, that theme, though, when it plays and you hear the hooves, like that is serenity defined. Moss, what are you thinking here?
I predicted title theme to go all the way, and I'm looking at my history here. Last year it lost in the second round to Zelda's Lullaby.
I remember, yeah. Big upset.
I was devastated. Mentally, physically, emotionally, sexually, like
a lot riding on that matchup clearly for Mossy Hagopian. Nevertheless,
Fee's Farewell.
Fee's Farewell moves on in our bracket here. We got one more Elite 8 matchup. Song of Healing versus Telltale Heights. Now, I really love Telltale Heights, okay? But as some say in the wrestling community, there are levels to this Zelda business, and I do think that Song of Healing is on another level than Telltale Heights.
I agree.
I do too. So, like, for my heart, Song of Healing. I don't even have Song of Healing making it this far because I just don't think this song is as, like, highly revered for other people as, like, Kokiri Forest. So I'm gonna say Song of Healing just to keep it going in our own bracket.
That's gonna be a heck of a matchup, Kokiri Forest versus Song of Healing. And I think we're gonna get that matchup. I think we're gonna get it.
That's where I think we're gonna get to.
That requires Song of Healing to beat Hyrule Field and Song of Storms, which it previously lost to. So
I think it can do it. I think it can do it.
If it can, I thought if it gets that far, it's gonna beat Telltale Heights.
Yes, I think so too.
Telltale Heights is there. You know.
Okay.
Who knows, this could be Cass's theme versus Song of Storms. Like,
no, don't bring that into the world here. We have 4 songs left. We have the Realm Overworld from Spirit Tracks, happily playing as you're chewing along on your train from town to town, against the song that is always the bridesmaid, but never the bride, The Dark World from A Link to the Past. Hey, guys, I am ready to take Dark World to its, like, 4th Musical March Madness final appearance here. It's time.
I think so too. Like I said, I was gonna back Dark World all the way this year, so.
Dark World.
Lendley, who is it facing? We've got 2 heavy, emotional, serene songs going up against each other. One, a parting of friends and allies over a journey, which is Fee's Farewell, up against a melody known to bring healing and peace to the tortured world of Termina in the Song of Healing from Majora's Mask. Personally, I love, like, these are on the same level for me, but I think the one that connects with me just a bit more, I'm going to go Fee's Farewell.
That's personally. What about professionally?
You know what? I think this would be a hell of a matchup. A hell of a matchup.
I think so too.
I think it would still be Fee's Farewell. And you know what? I will say this. If this matchup happens, this is one where I think maybe the seeding might impact it too. Because, like, if people predict it, and, like, because I think generally people, like, if they're predicting, they don't know. They're like, well, this is ranked number 1. I'll take that. Maybe that has an impact here too. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know.
I've been on the Song of Healing train, and I think, I don't know. I want it to be, this is the year for it.
I'm gonna say Song of Healing.
You know what? I'm okay with that. Like I said, I think they're on the same level, actually. So that, and I'm pretty sure that we have also taken Fee's Farewell to win personally in our prediction before, right?
Yeah,
Professionally.
probably. I don't know.
Well, it's all down to this: the Dark World versus the Song of Healing, and I like both of these songs almost equally, but I like the story of one of these songs a little bit better. The story of one of these songs that just keeps on getting there, keeps on getting there, keeps on getting there, but can't finish the story. And in this at least fan-made bracket, we are finishing the story and we are taking Dark World for the victory. Who's with me?
Finish the story? This is Cody. Okay.
This is rough. I would want to pick Song of Healing, but since I've made it my personal mission to have Dark World win this year, I'm gonna say Dark World.
Dark World it is.
3 for 3. Okay, there we go. Wow. So Dark World. We are going to officially name this Dark World. Finish the story as we submit our prediction here. We have officially chosen Dark World as our favorite pick, and guys, if not this year, is it ever going to happen for Dark World in the real world, in the real tournament? I don't know. I think the window is closed for Hyrule Castle. I think that, but I think Dark World still has a chance.
I don't know. I mean, like I said earlier, those were just single-digit votes away, Dark World and Hyrule Castle last year. So, like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's kind of like how we talk about our rankings, Andy, and we're like, one day will be this, and the next day it could be the opposite. Like, that's just kind of how some of these songs go with Musical March Madness.
Yep.
I love looking at the numbers too. Like, I was looking at Song of Healing. In year 1, it beat Clocktown with 53.7% of the vote, and then in year 4, it lost to Clocktown. And Clocktown had 53.7% of the vote. Like, year to year, different people, the electorate changes.
That's right. You know what? Maybe things like Majora's Mask coming on NSO, maybe that gives it a bump. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's just whatever people are in the mood for. But
there's external factors. You know, maybe it's a bad economy right now, so we need some healing.
People are feeling frustrated in many ways. Maybe that impacts their voting, as Moss was alluding to earlier. So we'll see. And you know what? The tournament is not that far away from starting here. We are starting in just a couple of days. So March 14th. So everybody, you have until March 14th to go ahead and get a prediction into the field here and see if you can become a winner of this tournament just like me and go into the Hall of Fame just like me. I think Ballad of the Goddess was the year that I won. So yeah, good choice.
I think I predicted Ballad of the Goddess one year too, and that was a year where I was also like getting friends to go vote for Ballad of the Goddess.
Well,
wow.
maybe you were helping me win the tournament then, because the
guess
rest of my
so.
picks were so on point there.
I guess so.
Door-to-door knocking on people's doors. Like, gotta get up.
Some campaigning, town halls.
Yeah.
Went and found
Pull out your phone.
all the people on Facebook I haven't talked to in years.
There was a controversy one year actually, because I remember I voted at work one time, and I had Sam vote at home, and I think Josh was looking at the brackets, and I technically didn't vote twice, but it looked like I did because I had Sam vote, and he was like, "Do we need to like call the police here? Like, what's going on?" And it was sorted, but there was a little bit of controversy around that particular pick. I don't remember what year it was, but I think we might not legally be allowed to talk about it any more than that. So
that's still going through the courts.
Yeah, we're still waiting for a third party to kind of settle that. Wow, so Musical March Madness 2025 is going on right now. I'm stoked for it. I love the NCAA bracket style. I think it's very unpredictable, very fun. Get a lot of fun matchups. Things change, people's tastes change. It's fun trying to put like a guess onto what people are going to vote for, what people are going to think. So please make sure that you are checking out ZeldaDungeon.net, participating in the voting, and obviously submitting a bracket as well. There's going to be a couple matchups every day from the 14th, and it's going right till the end of March. So it's going to be really fun. It always is a blast. So make sure that you are checking that out. Let us know how out there you think some of our picks are or weren't. I don't know. Let us know. And yeah, that's another year prediction in the books here. Before we get out of here, Moss, do you have anything to shill? Anything you got to let everybody know to check out? Do anything going on in your world?
You should check out ZeldaDungeon.net. We've got this feature going on this month called Musical March Madness.
How do we mute this guy? How do we mute him?
No, I'm good.
All right. What about you, Al? Same question. Sam, by the way, Sam almost bought Stardew Valley the other night. She was close.
Oh my god, get her to do it, please. Oh my gosh, I'm
trying to get her like another game that's not Dr. Mario. You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, if she would love the farming simulator and the life simulator, I'd be super curious who she'd pick as her spouse. And
wait,
no comment.
You'd be curious who Andy's wife chooses as her spouse.
Yeah, is it gonna be like an Andy person or somebody totally different? I'd be so curious.
What's an Andy person in Stardew Valley?
Yeah, Al. What?
I don't think there is one.
Beanie?
Maybe Shane. I don't know. Not Shane. Oh my god, I don't know.
Blazer. I should have worn a blazer today, actually. Oh my goodness, what a missed opportunity. All right, this is really coming off the rails, so let's just get out of here, guys. We, of course, want to thank everybody for listening to us one more time. Go check out Musical March Madness. It's going to be running from the 14th till the, how many days are in this month? 30th of March. So go and make sure that you do that. And, of course, make sure that you are checking us out wherever you get your podcast. Go like, subscribe, recommend, review, rate, all that kind of good stuff. And, hey, if you got a Zelda fan in your life, tell them where they can get their weekly Zelda fix. Check us out over on Blue Sky, at Spiteri316, at Allison Aletha, at Mossy Hagopian, and at the Zelda Cast. And by the way, we have a Q&A going on next week, so we have a post up. If you want to submit some questions, just ask us whatever. Same thing over in Discord. If you're a member of our Discord, ask us a question over on there. We're going to be answering some questions, and if you want to show up next week for our Twitch stream, which, by the way, you can watch us live stream these episodes every single week, twitch.tv/the Zelda Cast. Ask us a question there, too, in the live chat, and we'll try and get it answered and at the same time. So that, my friends, is going to do it for us. But until next week, everybody, when Musical March Madness is officially rolling along, we'll see you then. Take care.
Bye.
Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this clip and want to see more of the Zelda Cast, make sure to head over to your favorite podcast platform of choice and subscribe. There are over 200 episodes in the vault that will provide you with hundreds of hours of Zelda content for you to enjoy. You can listen to us when you're on a walk, fighting Ganon, trying to sleep, whatever. And if you want to see these shows as they happen, make sure to head over to twitch.tv/the Zelda Cast, where you can watch our beautiful faces talk about Zelda every single week. Don't miss out, and we'll see you next time.